Greetings, thank you for joining us on this broadcast brought to you by the Fifth Dimension. Alright, now we continue on with the Egyptian feline energies. There's also a lot of, I don't think this came through the radio show last night, so I got a blockage, you can say, to mention, but there is an Anunnaki and Egyptian, or feline connection that is not being, well, either way. I just put information out there to unblock blockages, take it or leave it. The idea is to open us up to more alien connections and also bring in more of the psychic abilities, things of that sort. So information is information, and some of it might be a little bit rough, but of course reality right now is pretty rough also. It's many that go into the healing energies, which is good. That's good. But there's also another area of once you're done healing, you can go into the bazaar, which is here. There's probably other places, but the red pill on crack is this area of connection. However you want to look at it. It's basically what I received. Of course, I got blockages too, like anybody else. Felines aren't talking to me for various reasons, so I'm gonna put this out there. What I am seeing, give it different. At least there's also layers after layers and after layers, and some too much stuff going on. But the idea is to remove blockages, so we can go forward. So we can have alien connections. We can have physical connections, we can have psychic connections, because most of society doesn't believe they have psychic abilities, that they use it on a daily basis. They even use magic on a daily basis through manifestation. They're not even realizing that. The idea of magic, and of course there's blockages, there's a time and place for everything, as the universe is not always ready for everyone to be high-powered. That does not mean you can't exercise it and open it up. To go further, also, what I received, now I don't know the time frame of all this, but I'm just going to put it out there, because they're not giving me a time frame, because it doesn't matter. And once again, a lot of the felines that are causing difficulties here are from Orion, from what I gather. They might be wearing Orion beings, whatever, but obviously there's positive beings here. Well, that's the thing, connect to the negative to release that, to connect more to the positive. There's a blockage between us and the positive ones. Of course, there is help from the positive ones. The idea is to open that connection up. So connecting to the ones that are kind of shady, you got to start somewhere. Obviously, many are going to have difficulties connecting with it, but many here that are incarnated here right now as human, that feel their feline connections on a positive front, you are part of, the awakening of, you're here to bring in this information. And funny is, for the male, is a lot of those with beards. Pretty obvious, right? Not always, but and for the female, they know, they just have that feline look. So whatever it might be, everybody has a connection to all these beings to some degree. So my connection right now, I'm pulling a lot from the Zeta energy, so we're all a little bit of everything. So sometimes connected to, like, incarnate here through Zeta vibrations, you can kind of decode a lot of the programmings here. It might be rough on the edges. It's kind of like you're opening up blockages here and there, and some people might not like what they're hearing, yada yada yada, but the idea is to open up blockages for the information to flow and to get used to it and stuff like that. So it takes a while to get used to a lot of this stuff too. So it's not going to be like, what are you telling me? What are you talking about? Crazy. Well, like, even connected to alien beings here on the physical realm, this might be crazy right now, but it can happen. And you got to use your own abilities. It takes time. I mean, it's, like I said, this is for everybody. This isn't just for a chosen few. You're the chosen ones. This is for, I mean, maybe not for everybody, but you go in the grocery store to see like a Zeta just appear out of nowhere, but then again, either way. Another thing. Okay, we just say it's felines from Orion. At least, obviously, they're from all over the place, but I feel like felines from Orion are ones that cause a lot of difficulties here. So, obviously, there's more goes to that. So, of course, Orion Wars, or felines from Orion. Just wonder why we had Orion Wars, because their markings were everywhere. So, another thing about what I got is like a lot of the Zeta energies. They went to war with them on other worlds or other realities, whatever it might be. And they just gathered a bunch of Zetas up with them. It's like if you're going to conquer a planet, you're going to have connections. Now, they went to the Anunnaki, and that didn't work out so well. They lost a lot of their battles with them, so they had to join forces with them. So we can't beat them, join them. So, and Anunnaki is like, yeah, I just wiped out a bunch of our people, but yeah, sure, we'll join. Sure, we'll hang out with you. So, because what I get is that the Anunnaki is kind of keeping us all put together. You know, it's the glue. I think that even came up on the radio show, but it's the glue that's keeping us all this working. So, and another thing about the like the reptilians. From what I get, they're the gatekeepers of knowledge. You know, I can see the reptilians are on the outside of everything. They're like the castle. You know, they're the, like the throne of like Windsor Castle. But the feline energies are within it, and everybody else that's in there. Even the reptilians are within it. You know, it's just the outer coating is reptilian. This is why you see it in all areas, reptilian. Well, yeah, because they're hiding what's really going on, not to say they're not involved. There's feline energy, but once the other thing about the Lyran feline, a lot of Lyran humans are involved with this too. That look like us. Who do you think is part of the Illuminati? It's not just a big bird being walking around, it's a human walking around. So, not just all the Lyrans, but or it does have Lyran energy there, or Orion Lyrans, if you want to look at it that way. It all comes down to the human in the long run, who is for control of our reality. The reason to put that up, once again, is to release blockages, so we can see, so we can, open up more from all this. It's the only reason I'm bringing this stuff up. Obviously, a lot of feline energies that would cause difficulties in the past, they wiped out their whole, what they were doing. They're the commanders of all this. Yes, reptilians are much involved, but there's other beings. Anunnaki plays a big role, yes, as they like to do DNA switching and all that. Now, with Archon energies, they can't always figure out the Archons. The Archons does help us out. Of course, the Archons do work with the Church of Satan. But not always. One's a keeper of knowledge, the gatekeepers of knowledge. Doesn't mean it's all bad, but it doesn't. Once again, like, they kind of put that there as like, are you sure you're ready for this? Doesn't mean it's bad. In some areas might be, but if you're ready for knowledge, it's there in the crypts. So you can say that the Archons are kind of keeping a lot of the information. Well, it's there, but it's, are you ready to tap into it? Because many people are. They're interested in witchcraft and things of that sort. Doesn't mean you have to dive into those things, but just realize that just because it has a dark overtone around it doesn't mean it's all bad. It's just like, keep out. It's like, I'm not scared of that. Well, that's, you got protection, energy protections around you. You'd be surprised you can tap into. I've said this in the past too. It's just, like the idea of the devil and all that. It's just a guy in a suit, you can say. It's like, it's like the Wizard of Oz. It's like, maybe it's not so bad. For some people it is. For some people it isn't. So some people can handle the devil. They can deal with it. Some women are having affairs with the devil. Stuff like that. So you can't take all looks. Looks are deceiving. Some people don't want to hear that. You can't get attacks from certain energies. But even if you do get attacked, it's like, okay, that was just to keep me away. Heal that. And then you see something else. So, because a lot of things for the keepers of knowledge, a lot of our knowledge is in our astral. we're experiencing lower astral here. The idea is to heal that and to open up the crypts of hidden knowledge for us to get back our magic, get back all of this. How you do it is different for everybody. Witchcraft is one way. That's, because there's a lot of people involved with that, you can follow that, and there's other ways, of course. So everybody operates different. The idea is to reconnect to our power, Atlantean, or however you want to word it, our soul power, our magic. And once again, most of the population isn't ready for any of that, but yet entertainment, video games, magic manipulation, it's all there. So it's used against them. So they'd rather have it used against them than them to actually use it. So they'd rather people just do voodoo on them and mind control, and they're okay with that. That's the mass population. It's like, as long as they're in with the popular kids, that's alright. But you remove all that, because some people are paying what, $10,000 to see that Avengers movie, and good, more power to you. It's all about magic and aliens, and so sometimes it's easier just to watch it. But this is it's going to take a while for all this to soak in. But as we change environments, alien energies, alien discover energy visitations will go. See where we can get. Yeah, I went through like a hit on Thursday morning, and I'm still recouping. I took it easy today. I'm still recouping from it. They really got me, man. They got me good. Yeah, they just it happened Thursday in the middle of the night. Friday was Thursday. I felt alright, but it was middle of the night, morning. Yeah, I felt like Thursday I survived it. Friday it was like today I took it easy. Even taking it easy today, I'm still kind of destroying, but I'm getting better though. So who else can I make mad today? Alright, we're not going into that. I've done enough of that. Well, you never know. Private sessions throughout the week. You can see my schedule here. Hopefully it works. I don't know what's going on with it. You have one had a channel, it'd be bizarre. You got Google Hangouts, you have a channel on my phone. It's recorded if you want it recorded. And this is like 7 days for delivery, maybe quicker than that. Same situation here. We have other channels here as I do recommend. The social network and absolute insanity. Thank you for your support. So yeah, the idea for this. All right, this is I do mostly conscious channeling recently, and just give myself a break of doing other channeling forever. So it's like I think it's better to. Either way, they're still working through me. Either way, hopefully hopefully these are good filters. I think so. Then have an alien being come through. Well, we're going to connect to everybody. Either way, felines obviously are here to test us, basically to prepare us for our knowledge. Obviously, for us to go into the higher realms of education. Now, another thing, I get messages throughout the day here and there. Remembering everything is another story. But we're also here to, those of us who are like old souls or not going to come back here again. You know who you are. It's like, most likely. You're here, you're here to open up the knowledge that you need here to pass down, either through astral or through physical, whatever it might be, to the younger generations. And because many that aren't believing in any of this obviously are working on their next incarnation here. I mean, if you love it here, most likely they're coming back. If this is paradise for them, they're most likely coming back. Nothing wrong with that. It's just doesn't mean they're always going to bring their same old stuff in. Who knows? Doesn't matter. What matters is that you're putting your vibration out the way you feel it. A lot of people work in astral, it's a lot easier. You see how it is in the physical. It's going so well. It's going so well. It's just this. Yeah, you can connect to alien energies in the physical realms. You just gotta believe it and remove the fear. Yeah, that's going really well. That's like hitting Billboard charts right now. Yeah, that's on the evening news on a daily basis. So it's not a hoax. It's basically it's what you believe. Who knows when these things are going to start appearing? Everybody, individually is how you unlock yourself. Obviously, it's going to come when you're not looking for it. But basically, it's like learning telekinesis. It's like open up your, the more that you believe it and you're okay with it, it might be 5 years, it might be 10 years, it might be tomorrow, who knows. At least your channeled energies are clearing out your blockage. This is a new thing. Technically, yes and no. It's new, but not old. It's a new old. It's either way. And the idea is to put this energy out to the population, where they can bring in these beings. You can psychically connect to ships and bring them closer to, if they want to come close. Depends. Of course, if you're out in the middle of nowhere, it does help. If you're out in the city like I am, you feel energies here and there. You feel. I think I mentioned. I don't know if I mentioned it here somewhere. It was like what, Friday night or something. The cat was looking around like, oh great. It's like in my room was like, okay, I'm not feeling a positive feeling here, but I'm tired, so good night. So they didn't mess with me at least. But there was somebody there. She kept looking around. Silverbell kept looking around. So here and there. So either way, they have been leaving me alone for the past couple of days. It's just been, I'm still recouping from Thursday. So I think they also gave me a download also, if they have not really opened it just yet. We are healing a lot of Anunnaki energies. A lot of Anunnaki didn't think much of humans from the very beginning. They're very arrogant as far as the human race. But Atlanteans did surprise a lot of the Anunnaki. It's like young children with a lot of power. This is Anunnaki speaking. It's like having a child with a loaded gun. Ouch. Not everybody was like that. Now, like you see healers on YouTube and stuff like that. A lot of them were ancient Atlanteans during that time as healers then too. See, it's like we've been through this, or Lemurians, or whatever it might be. They're healing the environment once again. Here we're bringing in ancient knowledge back into the world. So, it's like most of them are here on probably their last life, depending. And just to, it depends. Some of them love it here. More power to them. That's good. That's connecting to the Native American energies. Some of them are, at least. Either way, yeah, it's a warning process. We're all trying to figure this out. Obviously, the beings here removed all the handbooks of how to live this life, gave you a Bible, it makes everything twisted and doesn't make a damn bit of sense. And that was all done on purpose, obviously. But it has a lot of secrets in the Bible and stuff like that, obviously, to tell you what's going on, but not really. Yeah, sort of, but kind of fuck your mind up. Yeah, everybody's interpreting and stuff like that. Yeah, it's like a maze. Yeah. So the Anunnaki has said that the Atlanteans that were high powered were like a child with a loaded weapon. A lot of them used it well. A lot of them, like, holy shit, blow the planet up. They didn't get they just didn't know whether it was like playing with matches. A lot of them were very arrogant, but they also are very similar to ancient Anunnaki beings that have done the same thing. So they've seen them before, but not to this scale, though. They're a lot more high-powered than the Anunnaki have been. But still, well, they have everybody's DNA, and there's good DNA, there's bad, yeah. There's a little bit of a mixture of everybody. What was interesting is that the humans here had a lot more diverse energies, a lot of more different beings here, meaning like the Anunnaki could be here as a bird being, a cat being, whatever. That was Anunnaki. Here we had all kinds of stuff, more than we had. Like Egypt gives you kind of an idea. Those statues of Anunnaki beings, somewhat depicting what they looked like, sort of. Even some of those were actually Atlantean beings. They had a lot of Anunnaki DNA, and they were technically Anunnakis. So it's like if you're Hispanic and half black, you'd say I'm Hispanic or whatever it is, similar to that. So a lot of Anunnakis chose not to rule on this planet, but there's a lot of the Atlantean beings that were now consider themselves Anunnaki beings wanted to rule the planet. So Anunnaki's getting a bad rap from a lot of that. Not to say there wasn't some influence there, but a lot of them were just humans on on a power trip, basically. Some of the Anunnaki beings are CEOs at this time. A lot of them are in technologies you never even heard of. They're in secret locations at this time. So take that. Lockheed Martin, stuff like that. It's secret, but not that secret. So now, of course, a lot of them are involved in the secret space program. So the Anunnaki always wants to learn from different species. This one took them by surprise because they didn't think they could. Anything they can handle Earth's gravitation pulses, and the DNA of humans was really at it. It was advanced, but also insane. It was like it was too much for even Anunnaki to handle. So they added Anunnaki energies. Anunnaki had to kind of keep the human together because the humans weren't really operating too well, too. Meaning the mind was kind of going on a lot of them. Another reason why the low vibrations occurred. Which is, too much DNA from everybody kind of made the human go nuts. So they became human, they became a lot of things, and just out of control. Not all of them, but many did. It's not always everybody, So some of them just they wanted like a high-powered intelligence, whatever it is, they got that, but their mind wasn't operating on became sociopaths, basically. Kind of like here. So basically, our version of Earth now, just think of sociopath at a higher dimension. Look at your average human, pretty average Atlantean energies, pretty powerful, but kind of keep things cool. Want to live a good life. Want to be entertained, music and all that. And you ever have your others that are just nuts. Take over the world. And those are the ones that, even here, have been just altered themselves to insanity. So you can kind of get an idea. Not to say that person here was exactly back then, but it kind of just gives you an idea of, look at an average person and think of them like visualize a higher power with them and how crazy they can be. They're already crazy now, right? So just up it. So yeah, there was a lot of basically Atlanteans were manipulating other Atlanteans because they want to get what they wanted. They're in the lower energy times. It just got it just became like the tunnel of love. Once again, a lot of the religions were created through that. So Earth kind of shifted through as the higher energies shifted, the land masses shifted. So all through Atlantis, as it started to bomb places, stuff like that. That was at the lower end of it. Atlantis was here, I believe, like 10,000 years, maybe longer than that. Of course, time was a lot different back then, or no time, or however you want to look at it. So it's just that, like you have the Carians, you have, the feline energies. All of them, were in the background. Just let the Atlanteans do their own thing. And they put ideas into their minds. It's like, no, I don't want to take over everybody right now. It's all good. It's like, I don't want to be a dictator. I'm okay. So they wait a while, add more DNA, create a psychopath. You want to be a dictator? Yeah, sure. I want more power. I want to be crazier. My girlfriend just told me to kiss off, so I got nothing better to do. Something like that. So, it's just they're testing us in the long run. They're just Anunnaki beings, the Carians, the Feline beings are all testing us, basically. It's like, oh, you guys think you're all that now, huh? So they don't know. I mean, they're always experimenting is all part of the process. So some, yeah, I can say some feline beings did want this to be a feline world, but a lot of them went somewhere else. So there is some of that. There's always going to be a little bit of everything. Some are just disgusted by humans, basically. Only because of what we're doing here, what we've fallen for. We've given away our free will, and so we've just gone further and further and further into the gutter ever since Atlantis went away. So that's why a lot of feline beings are just disgusted, or anybody for that matter, disgusted with humans because of that. But we took it to a whole new level as well. But also a lot of feline energies are impressed that we would take it that low. It's like, man, you guys are really just going into the gutter, aren't you? It's like, you're really taking it to a whole nother step. So that was, I mean, even the Carians, I think, were kind of, nobody saw that coming. Like, we have homeless people, we just went into the complete gutter. And some of them, I feel some of them feel slightly responsible for it, because they could have taken care of us a little bit better, help us, you know, avoid that situation. But it's a little bit late now. But that was in prehistoric times. They could have just been a little bit, you know, helped us with direction. But technically, they all thought at least the Atlanteans thought they knew everything, so they didn't think it would go to this level. And you know, so sometimes you're blaming aliens for our faults, but you know, it's, you know, yeah, it's all, well, you can say personal responsibility in the long run. And it's just it's just a new I mean, you can say technically we've been conquered by other alien beings. Technically, yes and no, but they're also protecting us. They're protecting us, but also beating the crap out of us. There are ones that are protecting us, yes, but others that are testing us greatly. They're testing us now that we're allowed to know more. They are allowed to remove a lot of the blockages, so, but it's not going to be as quick as you'd like it, but they're going to test it to make sure that, is this what you want? Because once again, messages earlier too that Atlanteans did connect to, you know, once you connect back to your telekinesis abilities, your magic abilities, you want to make sure that you don't go psycho on everybody again. That's the idea. You know, not to say everybody was like that, but quite a few were. So you're kind of seeing a lot of abuse of power right now at our level. That's why you need healers and all the healers you can get. They heal the Earth's energies, they heal blockages around the planets, and remove any dark energies that are really testing the hell out of us. Because as we get more back to our full power, it's going to be, well, there is always going back, but the idea is not to go back. So there's lots of let's see, the Egyptian energies, there's a lot, well, basically felines have seen this happen to their worlds too. Some of them are, no, that was the thing about what this is all about right here, is that some feline beings, and there's probably Anunnaki and whatever, I just concentrate on feline, at least the Egyptian felines, a lot of them are blocking us from our progress. That also in some ways accelerates us to a degree. Of course, worldwide, it's another story, but we'll see how that works. But a lot of them have put an extra layer of blockage, so we can't, you know, so people don't know about their psychic abilities and all that worldwide. You know, more of that flood should start to open up. When's another story. So they are playing fear tricks with whoever it is to get this more information out. So they're playing a role and I might get attacked again tonight, but whatever. Yeah, they're just doing they're working stealth, but they want to put the fear of all this alien stuff and whatever it might be in the media, whatever it is, to, you know, they do like their mind control, whatever it might be, to keep, you know, because more humans are becoming more awakened to their abilities. But what do you do with it? How serious is this? How powerful can we get? And there is a let's see, it's mostly coming from the Anunnaki. There is a feline presence there. It's mostly Anunnaki. A lot of it is in the media. A lot of it's in the money system, obviously. So how to heal this? Well, that's what a lot of us are doing in astrals, removing the blockages. So that's what I believe that many people wonder what they're doing in astral, removing the blockage, psychic blockage, so we can all have a more of an awakening. This year seems to be the time for that. One moment. A lot of the let's see, Anunnaki energies in the past, a lot of them did become very dark because of the Atlantean energies. Power of seduction to rule. That went into like a lot of the popes. In secret societies keep a lot of the, obviously, the mainstream world going. Obviously they're secret for a reason. Yeah, they're yeah, obviously secret government, whatever it might. It's always been secret governments going on ever since the world went into darkness. It's always been a round table group somewhere, several of them, Russia, China, everywhere. Let's see, within United States, a lot of these areas can be tapped into if you wish to. Let's see, a lot of Anunnaki just lost some faith in themselves, kind of became rulers basically. Now your Egyptian gods or Atlantean gods, or Atlantean beings that are in animal form, even Set. Some might not agree with that, but who cares? And a lot of your Greeks or ancient Atlanteans are very high powered. So if you're wondering where your Atlantean stuff is, it's there. It's right in front of you. So your Egyptian gods are Atlantean beings that were animal form. And they took a certain look, they worked with Syrians, and it was very positive actually in the beginning. And then it got corrupted, so it's not all bad. So well, it's to test us. It's to test us because get all of our crap out of our system so we can reconnect to our higher power. So for blockages, let's see. They say there is 2 moons. We only see one. They say technically it's like an Anunnaki moon. Basically, humanity has to blockages of this going into the mainstream. The media that's where a lot of it is. It's being held right now by these felines or whoever it might be. They're all kind of keeping it from going in. It could be skeptical media, it doesn't really matter. They're kind of mudding up the waters for it for right now. Basically, as more humans everybody has psychic powers, everybody has alien connections, and they're kind of deterring it for going, because once that goes into the mainstream, a lot of people might heckle it and say, oh, that's not real, but then others be like, oh, well, that's different. And you kind of give it some time to flow, and it's not really flowing that well. It's obviously not. Nobody's ready, as you always hear, but because more of this energy goes into the environment, more people start to figure out for themselves and figure out their own power, their magic power that they say it doesn't exist, but yet you get programmed by it on a daily basis. So whatever you say. Obviously, the masters that are running these big corporations have magic all around them. Disney does not keep it secret. They say magic all the time. Magic Kingdom, magic this, happiest place in the world of manipulation world, they should call it. And they tell you right up front, we're using magic against you. And mainstream, just people are like, oh, that's nice. That's such a nice promotion. It's like, read between the lines. So yeah, because all these statues and all this weirdness around, it's like you can start decoding it little by little. So yeah, Disney makes it very clear they are magicians. and other companies are too. They're just not as good at it. Well, Walmart is doing pretty good. Archon Energy's there, so obviously there's some things there you need and stuff like that. But you know, it's basically because we're going to go into a vibration. We don't need food anymore. You're not going to need meat products anymore. Let's put it this way: more people are going to go vegetarian when the energy is lift up. Like Iran is a vegetarian state. I didn't even know that. That's impressive. You know, it's like vegetarian is part of their normal food. It's like, yeah, that no wonder they're like terrorist groups and all that. 'Cause, you can't have that. So yeah, because that's going to be the next one of the trends. Humanity eventually will go more vegetarian, but you'll be able to handle it instead of you eat vegetarian and you get sick and you want to throw up. It's like, oh, this is not working. You know, it's going to become more. It's going to take time. Obviously, I don't know when that's going to happen, but it will happen where it become more part of society. So I tell you, we've got a long ways to go, but it is possible. Because it's just a lot of blockages has to be released where you can eat vegetarian and be okay. Wow, I have a lot of energy. Wow, I'm opening up to more of my who's around me and stuff like that. And you know, it's all in the food in the long run. It's all in part of culture, society, and that's where you'll start to feel a shift. Now, stuff with like the child trafficking stuff, I might bring that up because that's you know, what species that's totally involved with that, I think is unknown. I mean, there's reptilians, there's other beings involved, but I believe that's coming from an outside source, an alien species that's nasty. Yeah, I don't think it's all reptilian. Obviously, there's different beings that are involved. It's coming from somebody else. It's really just lost their minds, basically. Another version of Earth. Yeah. So yeah, that tells you. Yeah, if you wonder why we're connected to other versions of Earth, where these children are going other parallel realities. I know that sounds a little bit out there, but it's happening off-world. But it is happening. Like when the kids disappear in forests and stuff like that, there are beings here that know exactly what they're doing. So I mean, the more we know about how things are worked, the better. They are allowing some things to come through. Zeta energy is always working in the background, helping us with technologies, even telekinesis abilities, things. It just we have not given the go-ahead to allow more of this to open up. Basically, society has to choose for itself where it wants to go. It is gradually opening up, slowly, but it is going to eventually reject religion, because it's going to see the manipulations around. Not to say all religions are bad. They got some good stuff here and there. Every religion has a good piece there somewhere, or pieces. You can't just devout, throw it all out. But because religions can also be seen as healing centers, especially when you're connected to aliens and all this. Where do you go? Especially if you have like an alien sighting, a real one. It's going to scare the shit out of people. So you go to church to figure out, okay, how are we going to deal with these demons? Okay, well, but so the churches have a purpose. So I imagine that's what they're going to talk about first, and then eventually they'll figure out maybe it's not demons. Well, who knows? Now, if a bunch of spaceships showed up and a bunch of politicians came out of those spaceships, yikes. It's like, we're screwed. We're already screwed. It's like, we're like screwed over screwed. this world's over. Another version of Hillary Clinton comes off that ship, or something like that. Or another version of Dick Cheney comes off. It's over. It's over. The planet's over. Time to go to another planet, another Earth. So yeah, the churches are definitely, there might be some, for better or for worse, but it is still, once again, a healing center. So however you want to look at it, Catholic Church is, yes, Martian. Martian energies that went into the feline vibrations of now the Martian energies I have not brought fully into. A lot of the Martian DNA did manipulate a lot of the humans, Atlanteans, even made people shorter. That's interesting. Yeah, the short kids bus syndrome. So even your midgets come from Mars. We have Martian DNA. That's interesting. Obviously not every. Yeah, it's just a lot of Atlanteans are very tall. But when you add the Martian DNA, people just get more scrunt, and of course you have the Zetas, but some Zetas are very tall too. But the Martian DNA brought a lot of more people became more 6 foot and 5 feet and all that's all the Mars stuff. Makes sense. And some of the shorter people are kind of scruffy, kind of tough. That comes from Martian energies too. Yeah, well, your midgets, Martian energies. There's probably connections to other stuff too, but it has a lot of Martian there. Yeah, there you go. So, and a lot of that is Agarthian too, because they have a lot of midget people in Agartha. But I feel like the Martian stuff came in and really started screwing with us. There's other species too that really mess with our DNA that made us all nuts that they have not mentioned. Once again, the felines, yeah, obviously have been kind of hard on them recently, but it's, there's positive and there's not so positive. And then I mean, the dark ones is one thing, but that's, they have knowledge, they have teaching us. But then there's others that are like blocking us from going anywhere. Those are like the dark ones that are just kind of useless. They're keeping us from going anywhere. Those are the ones that's where I'm really, if I ever talk about dark felines, that's really where I'm putting all my cards. That's the ones that need to be, kicked off the planet. They're the ones that are coming after me. It's like they're stopping because they want to slow everything down. Obviously, things aren't going to go fast, but the ones that are slowing things down. So it's like something you do in astral. It's complicated, but I'm not gonna go into full details of it. But it's that's the energy that has to go. Any being, for that matter, is causing that. So we can have more information, even if it's all crazy and insane. But all this insanity does help people grow in some shape or form. Opens you up. It's like, hey, what? It might be insane from a third dimensional level, but remember, the fourth dimensional level, everything makes sense. Third dimension, we're in the slave mentality. Fourth dimension, everything's free. Everything's bizarre, everything's strange, and everybody likes it that way. Well, depending. So, everyone got a message too about it being about positive worlds, like super positive. Some of them have like reptilians running it. Like if you have like a Nordic planet, life is so good. Life is great. We all smell good, and whatever, it all look good. And you'd be surprised in some of those worlds there's actually reptilian manipulation going on to keep them there. Like they don't ascend, they don't even go anywhere. They just get up, go to work, or whatever the hell it is. And maybe they don't go to work, they just live paradise life. And that's it. They don't do anything. So you'd be surprised how many other beings, there's other stuff going on, where you would at least expect it. Now, not to say all worlds are like that, but there are some that are. So that was a vision I got recently. So yeah, clearing the blockage, just believing in yourself, letting the crazy end, basically. Well, at least all this weirdness, just connected to your own energies, your own information too. Remove a lot of this. It's a gradual process. It's not easy. They're not making it easy for anybody, obviously. They don't want us to be free. Well, they're not making it easy for us to be free. Let's put it that way. Eventually, the reason I bring it up for this stuff to go into the mainstream, like alternative groups, because it's not really there. Not really. Like David Icke stuff about the reptilians running the world and everything. That's technically the mainstream. But the felines running the world, or any of this stuff, everybody has psychic abilities. It's out there, but not really. It's sort of yes or no. Even if it's out in the mainstream, everybody has psychic abilities, but everyone's laughing their ass off. which is a joke's on them in the long run, but I'm not gonna say anything. So, you know, just laugh it off, laugh all you want. So, something you use on a daily basis, you don't believe it's there, hey, no problem, whatever you say. So, because eventually we come into a time where alien connections is like, it's no big deal. Right now, it's, you can say, I would say even some of the UFO groups, I don't know about intentionally, some of them are kind of putting fear out there for their own agendas, like sell books or whatever it might be. It's a little bit of that. I mean, maybe it's big, maybe it's bigger than I'm thinking, but it probably is. But you know, they're making money off of the UFO stories and all that, which is fine. But it's like, are we going anywhere besides research, the same old research over and over again? Probably not. Well, they are at least. So, I mean, there are strives to open up more. It's just not easy to get information because of blockages, but let's see what we can do. So, yeah, connecting more to magic, believing in yourself. Information is good. They call it entertainment. It's not entertainment. It is what we are. We are angelic energies. We are higher dimensional spirit energies, but living a third dimension reality or a fourth dimension reality, it's, yeah, well, we need both. It's a hard test. It's like, the harder it is, the more information you get. The easier life is, I don't know how much if you're looking for any information, but I'm looking for everything I can get my hands on, and I'm getting beat up. But oh well, things will quote out eventually, maybe. So I'm looking for, yeah, action from the beings. Obviously, they gotta be careful, but you never know. Things will start speeding up eventually. Well, we'll see. That's the thing. If information like this goes into the mainstream, and people have like a mental heart attack, and once they get over that, then sightings will start to increase. It start taking this stuff seriously. But you never know. So who knows? Alright, that's all I got for tonight. Hopefully I'll feel better tomorrow for more insanity and bring somebody. Anunnaki came in, so keep it kind of light. So alright, much love everyone. Take care.